Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today, smoking my Savinelli 626 unfinished with the filter. It's a 9mm filter pipe, and it's got the filter in it. And I'm smoking Captain Black Original. So today, Denny and McKinley and I went back up to Rocky Mount today. Went to several furniture stores up there again, and well, we also stopped at this antique store, huge antique store. Probably the best antique store I've been to in a long, long time. Maybe been the best I've ever been to. They had lanterns, oil lamps, pipes. They had everything up there. I mean, it was just, and they had some great prices on stuff. I picked up a really nice oil lamp for 12 bucks. Just a nice oil lamp. I picked up a red Dietz fits all, patent date from 1923. The red one. It's got some kind of finish on it that I gotta scrub off. It's $13.50. It's $15. It looked brand new when I got it up, but when I lit it, something on the outside, I don't know if it's wax or something. It had been waxed with something, but when I lit it, the wax just kind of curdled up on it, so I got to clean that off. It comes off when I took one of my wooden tampers and just kind of ran it up, and it just peeled, scraped off. So it's wax or something on there. When the heat got to it, it just kind of melted and bubbled up. But I've been looking for one of those red fits-all original Dietz. It's a Dietz fits-all New York. And the serial and the patent date on it is from 12/5/23. So it's an old one, and nice thick glass on it, and they're like the ones that Kirkman makes for the Kirkman lanterns, that real thick glass. And this is a reproduction. This is the Dietz number 80 Blizzard, and it fits perfect on there. But these reproduction Dietz come with real thin glass on them, so I wanted to get a real Dietz glass for it, a fits all. And I saw this one, 15 bucks, and everything was 10% off in that booth, so I snatched it. I couldn't grab that thing fast enough. But they had so many lanterns and so many oil lamps in this place for great prices. I mean, really great prices. It had an all brass oil lamp that I almost bought. I was going to buy it. I don't know why I didn't. I think the reason I didn't was because it had been all polished up and everything. If it hadn't been polished, I'd have probably bought it. But they wanted 25 bucks for it, and it was beautiful. It's just a beautiful oil lamp, all real tall, just beautiful. 25 bucks. All kinds of Dietz, Paul's lanterns. Just tons of them. And some of them were just great prices. Some of them were ridiculous. Some of them were very old. Some of them were worth the ridiculous prices because they were very old and in great shape. Some had been repainted. Some had, were in bad shape, had holes in the bottom, and they wanted way too much for them. And there was one as I was going out that I saw, and I almost bought it. It was 20 bucks. It was a Dietz. They scared the crap out of me. A little hummingbird came at me. It was a Dietz Little Wizard. In pretty good shape. It was missing the bail wire. And it was 20 bucks. It had been repainted. And I almost bought it. For 20 bucks, I almost bought it. Because I can find the bail wires, that's easy. And since it had been repainted and everything, I'm not going to restore it to original. I could, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use them. So if we go back up there, I'm coming home with some lanterns. But they had some pipes, and they had all kinds of pipes actually. Some were crazy expensive for what they were. They had a yellow bowl radiator pipe that I wanted to buy, and I completely forgot about it before we left. I had every plan on buying it, but my wife and daughter had a bunch of stuff they were buying. When we got up, I was going to get it when I went up to the counter. When we got up there, everybody had stuff to pay for, and I forgot to ask the guy to go get it out of the thing. It was a cool little pipe, and I'd never seen one like it. Hopefully it'll be there next time I go up. They had a bunch of pipes. None of the pipes were locked up in this place, which was really interesting because, except for those few in that one case. A lot of the other pipes were just sitting out. Every other place I go to, the pipes are always locked up. You can't look at them. You can't see if they're any good. Or these were all just sitting out. They had a really nice. It was a Wally Frank Limited. Weirdest looking pipe I've ever seen. It was from England. Just a bizarre looking pipe. I should have taken pictures of it. They wanted 89 bucks for it. And the bowl looked like it's screwed on and off. And then underneath the bowl, it had like this drain thing on it where you could like unscrew the cap almost and drain out any juices or whatever. It was a weird looking pipe. I should have taken pictures of it. It was 89 bucks and I wasn't going to pay anywhere near that for it. I should have taken a picture and sent it to Corvette Jim just to see if he was something he would be interested in. And you know, he wanted to make an offer on it, and I could get it for him, and then he could turn around and sell it. But if I go back and it's still there, I will do that. I'll take a picture of it. But I wanted that little, I think it was a Yellow Bull radiator. But they had just, man, I've never seen, this was the biggest, best antique store I've been in maybe forever. It was just they had great prices on stuff. A few things were overpriced, but the majority of stuff was just great prices. And if I had been younger, I'd have come home with all kinds of lanterns and oil lamps and pocket watches and pipes and pipe racks. And it was amazing. And but I came home with just two things, and but I want to go back. Definitely a cool place. Definitely a cool place, boy. And looking forward to going back there. I want to have some cash in my hand where I can do a little wheeling and dealing for some of those lanterns they had in there. They had some cool, and they had some railroad lanterns that were way expensive. I mean, the cheapest ones I saw were $125, and then they went up to $375, which I think are just crazy expensive. But I'd like to have one in my collection. You know, I'd like to have a railroad lantern in my collection because I don't have one. But man, I gotta find one way cheaper than that. That's ridiculous. There was one brass oil lantern that I was gonna buy. It was $25, all brass, beautiful, just beautiful. Everything worked on it. Wicks went up and down. It was primo, perfect. It had a reproduction chimney on it. You know, it had been replaced and everything, which is fine. Most of mine are. And I would have bought it, except they had polished it all up. And I don't like it when they polish brass up. I like the old patina on the brass. I know it'll patina again and everything, but it was only $25, and I was just sitting there looking at it and messing with it, just thinking, $25. That's a great price for an all brass. And I should have bought it. I should have bought it. So I was driving home, I just kept thinking I should have bought that. But I'd rather have lanterns than oil lamps, you know. And right now I got more oil lamps than lanterns. So I left a lot of my lanterns with my nephew when we moved. And I can't get any more of the galvanized Champion number 2s from Kirkman without buying the special emergency package. Which kind of chaps my hide that they have them, but they won't sell you just a single one. They're only selling them in the emergency package. I can get a black one, but I don't want a black one. I want a galvanized one. And you got to buy all the other stuff that comes with it to get those. And you get two of them with the emergency package. But you got to buy the cooking plate that goes on top and the shade and all the extra. You get an extra globe and 100 feet of wick and all that kind of stuff, and 2 bottles of fuel. It's a great deal and all, but I don't want to spend $250 on it. I want to spend $60 and just get one lantern. I know, third world problems. So I bought the Dietz number 80, which is the exact same lantern. It's just not made as well as the Kirkman. And it's not galvanized. So. But you'd think all the Kirkman lanterns I've sold for those guys. But I love my lanterns, man. I just love my lanterns. So I gotta figure out a way to hook up a lantern out here to hang behind me. So it's hanging down beside the sign there. So when I'm doing videos, it's just shining. I got the chain in the S-hook, but I can't get a way to do it right. I was trying to do it today and I couldn't get a way to do it today, but I'll figure out a way. I just got to drill a hole up there to get the hooks in. It was hot today. Man, it was hot today. Yeah. Hummingbirds are having a fight over the hummingbird feeder right now. They're going at it, chasing each other away. It's a 4-spigot feeder. They will only go one at a time on there. Not only allow. They won't share it. And we got feeders on every side of the house, so they're, one will come to this one, see somebody there, and he flies over to the front of the house, sees if that one's open, and there's one on the other side. They're flying all over the house here. Love those hummingbirds. But in the mornings, we got a little feeder here that looks like a swing. Looks like a swing you'd have on a front porch. And the birds just attack that thing early in the morning. I can lay in my bed early in the morning about 6:30. And the birds are just all over that feeder. I mean, just 10, 20 birds at a time will just come flying up on that thing, and if it's full, they'll land on the roof and just wait till a bird flies away, and then one will fly down onto it. And they knock seeds down onto the rock patio here, and the doves fly down and eat all the seeds on the ground. And I just love it. So everybody gets fed. The doves, the other birds. And I fill up that feeder. I always throw a bunch on the ground for the doves so that they get, I do that in the front as well. It's just so fun watching all the wildlife, man. It's just a kick in the pants, man. Well, it's so relaxing, except when they come flying right at your face. We had some new deer yesterday at the front door. One of them was looking pretty rough. She was looking pretty rough, like she'd been through the ringer. She was kind of undersized and scarred up. Looked like she'd had a rough time. So we made sure she got some extra food, extra carrots. She was skittish. She was not one of our regulars, and she just happened to come up to the front door with a front lawn, and I saw her out there, so I cut up a bunch of carrots and just slowly opened the door and just started dropping them out the front door to her, because I knew she'd run if I came out. She just stood there and looked at me and threw all the carrots out, closed the door, and just let her come, up and eat. She ate them, and then we had a bag of pears, so I cut up 2 pears and threw those out to her as well. And she gobbled those up. Threw out some more carrots to her, and then the regulars started showing up, and she kind of ran away when they showed up. But she got quite a bit. Poor thing, she looked like she'd been beat up on, or had a rough time. She was scarred up. I don't know if she got into it with a bear, or she had some good scars on her. I don't know if she'd been, hit by a car or what, but she was skittish. She wasn't like the other deer. The other deer, what I call city deer. They aren't too scared of people. They know they're safe, and we know nobody's going to bother them here, you know, for the most part, as long as they stay off the lady across the street's yard. But there's a few houses around here that they must have pellets out or something for them, because we see them on their yards all the time, and they're always just, you know, loads of deer on those certain yards. So anyway, that's just what's been going on here today. It was a good day. It was a real good day. Jenny bought a couple little side tables for our living room chairs, and I think we found our bed and our armoire and everything for Denny. So it was a good day. So anyway, I will catch y'all later. Have a good one. God bless, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. God bless.